tip the camera up.
Here we are. We are live.
Hello.
Hello. We're trying to keep it upbeat after the beat down from Sunday night.
Oh my gosh. That was That was painful. That
Didn't
was
see
not
that
fun
coming.
at all.
Yeah, let's just rip off the Band-Aid on this 22-6 fiasco from Sunday night. Not to mention more injuries that came from this game. Hawkeye Pierce and Trapper John couldn't save us at this point.
Nope.
They just keep piling up.
And we've had seasons like this before. Injury after injury after injury.
And I think this season, the biggest thing that I've noticed is that the people who are coming in to replace the injured aren't like wowing us. They are exactly who we think they are.
Yes.
Where like other seasons, people would come in and be like, oh my gosh, he's doing so well. Like,
No.
are they going to replace the other person? No.
These are the guys that are showing our lack of depth.
Well, what I want to know is what was happening to our offensive line that two of them go down with concussions.
Their technique's got to be bad.
And they're veteran. Like,
Right.
it's not like the newbies. I guess school.
Well, I guess we'd have to see the plays where the concussions took place,
Yeah.
right?
Like Kelly, when Kelly came off, he didn't look terrible. He just looked like he got rocked a little bit and looked a little dazed.
Well, this isn't his first one. I think it might be like his fifth or sixth. So I think they're just
you could
a
probably
little
flick
bit
his
more,
forehead and
yeah,
get the
a
concussion.
little bit more cautious. I think they said
Yeah.
like the last concussion he had was 2019. So it's been a while, but like he's had a few.
Head injuries are head injuries, though. You got to take them seriously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would like to see the plays where the concussions took place to see what happened. Without seeing the plays, I can't really speculate. Like, did something happen when we tried to go for it on 4th and short from our own territory and there was a mishandled snap? Did something happened in that pig pile where heads collided? I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was just a bad game from start to finish. I never felt like the Vikings had a chance to win it. Not once.
No. I was
No.
hoping they would kind of like come back like they did in the last game.
Nope. There wasn't one.
I feel like this one was more of like where JJ or Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen dropped balls. This was JJ's mistakes. This
Yep,
was
and then-
overthrows and underthrows where like in the Bears game, it was that they dropped him or didn't get him.
Nope, he threw 2 really bad interceptions. He got sacked 6 times in this game. But he's a rookie. And you know what happens with rookies? And it happens with vets too. When they start getting hit a lot, they start seeing things that aren't there. And they start making decisions quicker than they need to at times. And
Yep.
that's what I think happened with McCarthy. He got hit a lot. He started to break pocket quicker than he maybe should have. He hurried throws. He made bad throws. He's throwing the same interception 2 weeks in a row where he's trying to hit a guy in an out pattern where he's just baited into the throw and it backfired on him twice.
Yeah.
So him being out for 2 to 4 weeks with an ankle, as much as you don't want anybody hurt, I don't know that it's a bad thing right now. I just hope it's not a trend that this kid gets hurt every time he gets touched too.
So do you think there's a rumor going around online where they think that the reason it's 2 to 4 weeks is that they're benching him to see where Carson Wentz goes?
No, high ankle sprains. It's 2 to 4 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think this. I don't believe in the conspiracy theories here. I don't think that's the way O'Connell works either.
I don't think so.
I
It
don't
just
think
keeps
he would do that.
circulating, and then in your head, you're like, well,
Nah, that he would never do that. He would break the kid's confidence if he did that.
Yeah,
He could send him way back.
for someone you want to be your starting quarterback, a high ankle sprain, you're looking at 3 to 4.
Yeah. But he definitely, there's something just not right, and I think it starts with our front five. which we thought was a really good rebuild in the offseason, and so far, but we haven't had all 5 on the line yet either.
No.
But it's also, that's where I said I was most concerned.
Yep.
Week 1.
Sure, he absolutely did.
And it's proven true. If we don't give him time, if you don't give a rookie quarterback the time to think things through for the extra half second it's going to take him, it's going to screw it all up. Then now he's not even getting 2 seconds of protection. So he's got to speed it up in his mind. And then they stop sending as much pressure and they bait him into more throws. And he's getting out of the pocket quicker. He's making shorter decisions that are not the right ones because now they have the coverage where they didn't before.
And why aren't they running the football? Jordan Mason had 9 carries. 9.
I just don't know if they trust the line to make room.
Yeah, but he had a really good first week without the line being great. And I mean, granted, he only had 30 yards on those 9 carries, but all they need to do is give him a crack and give him a chance. He can pop one, and he's not going to – I don't think he's going to break away from anybody, but he can break tackles and pick you up a lot of yards after contact, and that's what we needed. They needed to sustain drives to give the defense a rest, which they didn't do. And it showed because we gave up 218 yards on the ground, which was ridiculous.
We could not tackle.
They lost this game on the first 2 plays. I watched the first 2 plays. They said, they aren't tackling this running back. It's going to be a long night. They can't tackle him.
What was yards after contact?
I couldn't even tell you, but it was a bunch.
Like
every time Robinson got hit,
total and probably 187 yards after contact.
Yeah, every time Robinson got hit, he busted through 3 tackles and picked up extra yards.
We were getting hands on within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they just weren't wrapping up and tackling. It's terrible.
The only reason I know this is that is my segment tonight. We've missed 22 tackles in 2 games. We are lovely. 31st in the NFL.
That's lovely. You can't teach that. D-Flow can only do so much. You can't teach them how to tackle. There are just so many bad. And here's another bad thing in this game. What happened to Miles Price?
Who?
What was with all the side-to-side running and the juking?
I don't know.
Where was that fire from week 1 when he just took the ball straight forward? Bob's here. Hey, Bob. What happened to that? Where was that? He was just dancing around, not going forward. Everybody else in the league is getting big kick returns. And on Sunday night, the Vikings couldn't even get to the 25-yard line off kickoffs. It was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous. It was so much of that game was just like everyone was so excited for it. And then all of a sudden, it was just like the biggest letdown.
I wasn't excited for it. I'm not going to lie.
I did not think
sorry, I wasn't
that bad.
I wasn't overexcited about it because I saw what the Falcons did the prior week. And I saw what we did the prior week. And so far, the Vikings have played 1 good quarter of football and are 1-1. So there's something to be said for that. To only play 12.5% good football and be even after 2 weeks, there's something to build on there. Hopefully you can't play much worse.
You can hope.
All right. Well,
worse.
I know this is going to be difficult this week after what we watched, but who do you guys have for your 3 stars of the week? Cora, we always start with you on this one.
I think I have to go with Will.
How can you not?
I don't. I mean, there's not many.
He was at the top of my list. Yeah. Will the Thrill's got to be there. 2 for 2, a 51-yard bomb.
Yeah.
Ooh, Bob's making predictions here.
Honestly, Bob, I think you're right.
But if he doesn't get protection,
he's good enough. He's quick enough. The problem with JJ was that he wasn't getting protection, but he also wasn't getting the ball out fast.
No.
So, it was just compounding on itself. Wentz at least is a starting caliber quarterback. This will be his sixth. Okay, this is not a good stat, but this will be his sixth team he has started on in 6 years.
I know. I saw that. I think Kyle Brandt brought that up this morning.
Yeah. So I think Bob's right.
All right. Now that Bob has derailed the 3 stars segment, Dan, who's your star? One of your stars from this game?
I mean, the only guy that had offensive production, Mason.
Yeah, and you're going on 9 carries for 30 yards is a star of the game. What does that tell you? I actually looked at a lot of defense in this game.
I have kids.
I think I'm going to go with Redmond in this one.
I like that.
6 tackles. He had a sack, 2 tackles for loss. He's actually started off pretty strong for the Vikings, and I like that very much. So Redmond would be my star of the game.
I like that one.
Yeah, I think so. Let's look at how our X Factors did last week. Cora. Cora, you almost get a bye week from last week since your guy didn't even play. Ginks did not play, and that hurt. And we didn't have time to give you a backup player, so you kind of just took a loss this week.
That's fine.
Now, Dan had Naylor. He made a couple of nice grabs.
I mean, of the very few people, he might have been eked it.
He was 3 catches, 31 yards. My guy, I took Murph. 7 tackles, 5 solo, but nothing spectacular. No, two games without an interception. So I don't know if we want to just give it to Naylor by default here. Again, we're looking at 3 catches for 31 yards could be your best X factor of the week. Just showing you how bad this game went. Or do we say, well, Murph did have 7 tackles, which was near the top of the team in tackles?
We'll go with Murph.
You think Murph?
I think Murph. I love that guy.
I want to love him more. I want him to do something this week. So, all right. So we'll take Murph.
Man, I wish there were better people or better stats. I don't think I can pick. Aaron Jones is out.
Yeah, he's out.
He's on the IR.
But guess who's back?
Death taxes and the Vikings signing Cam Akers.
I don't think Cam Akers has ever really not been signed. As I said to somebody earlier this week, Cam Akers is being held in a bunker somewhere every season until the Vikings need him.
Yeah.
And then they call to the bunker and they say, send him out. Because there's no way. They're not really trading this guy. He's never really left Minnesota. He's just there.
Yeah.
I believe
Probably
that.
owns a house and never leaves. And he's like, don't worry, guys. I'll be here when you need me.
Yeah, he's like a witness protection kind of guy.
Yeah.
So Cam Akers is back. He probably will not play this week. I wouldn't think so, unless they have a real, a small package of plays for him. But he's been here for the last couple of years, so he probably knows the playbook.
That's what I was going to say, is I feel like he probably knows the playbook. And so I don't necessarily think it'll be a huge learning curve for him.
I mean, it shouldn't be.
He's been here for so long.
He's just been
Cam
around.
Akers.
Oh, yeah, we got him back.
He never left, Dan.
We lost the X Factor.
I was not surprised.
We gave it to Murphy.
Yeah.
He had
exactly
7 tackles as opposed to 3 receptions.
Yeah.
It was not like a really great win, It's like a golfer winning a tournament with 1 over par. It's just like bad competition.
Yeah.
Speaking of X Factors, now we get to pick this week's. And as the rule is, winner of the prior week goes first. Second will be the person who has the most wins. And third will be whoever's left. I get to go first this week. And I think I actually added, this was a late ad, because originally, I'll tell you who I was going to pick after you guys are done, but Carson Wentz is my X Factor this week. He's getting a start. He's got experience. He's shown in the past that he can do this. So we need something big this week. I'm going with Carson Wentz as the X Factor for this week, stepping in for an injured J.J. McCarthy. Dan, we're going to let you go second because you almost won this week.
That's so graceful.
Because Cora's player didn't even play.
It's fair.
I'm afraid to pick any more players.
Just because he's been productive in the first 2 games. I've liked what he's done, and I've liked what I've seen from him so far. I'm going with Mason. I think we're starting to realize we need to lean into it more.
Yep.
And he's one you can lean into.
And he's one that can break tackles. He can work through stuff. He works downhill really well. I think with Carson Wentz, they're going to pull back a little further on defense, knowing that he can throw better, and they are going to give up more yards, and it's going to open more up for Mason.
I told you about this guy in our first episode. I picked him for week 1 as my X Factor, and he I don't want to see balled out, but he showed what he can do. I like that pick. I think I like everything you said about that pick too. Cora, who do you got?
TJ Hawkinson. We're going to go with the tight end.
Been pretty blind so far.
Partially because Wentz likes tight ends. He likes the deep throw, but him and Ertz had a connection, and I feel like they were the only connection that Ertz really succeeded and was great with.
Okay, so we should have Josh Oliver ready if we have fantasy teams for what Hawkinson is.
Yep, so everyone make sure Josh Oliver's on your fantasy team.
Yep.
Sign your Josh Oliver.
Thanks for ruining my tight end in my fantasies this year.
Because something crazy is going to happen to Hawk, and Josh
Wait,
Oliver
who was my first pick? Was it Cashman? No, I think it was Thielen.
I think it was Thielen.
It was Thielen. You took Adam.
Okay.
You definitely took Adam.
Wentz does like his tight ends.
Yep. I'm all in. Hey, I've been waiting for Hawk to have a breakout game.
He hasn't.
He's not.
He's been kind of done.
For a rookie quarterback, I thought he was on him more.
They were
for how well he did in Detroit. I am shocked that he is like kind of a dud here. What is it with Green Bay who can pick quarterbacks and Detroit that can pick tight ends? Who do we pick that are really good?
Detroit picked Hawkinson, but Detroit picked Hawkinson.
No, I know. What is it with Green Bay that historically they can pick quarterbacks, and Detroit historically can pick tight ends? Who do we pick?
I think sometimes you just have scouts that are really good at a certain thing, and we don't have that.
Wide receivers, that's a good one.
Yeah, wideouts are probably the Vikings. I mean, Diggs was very productive. Thielen as an undrafted free agent,
Addison,
one of the best ever. Jordan Addison, and Jets. So yeah, I like that wide receivers thing. That seems to be a good one. Good job, Bob. I appreciate that. We have a game this week. Cincinnati coming off of a tough, weird win over the Jags. Both quarterbacks were not great. Well, and Andy Dalton is now out for several months with turf toe. So
Andy Dalton, Joe Burrow.
Andy. I don't know why I said Andy Dalton. I went back a little too far. Joe Burrow is out, for 3 to 4 months, 3 months, 4 months, and
he's gonna have surgery.
Yep. Jake Browning was okay, 21 of 32, 241 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 3 picks, and he had the game winner when he plunged in from a yard out. They didn't run the ball real well, but Jamar Chase just went off in this game, and that scares me.
Yeah.
Their defense wasn't great either. the Bengals, if it weren't for Sunshine just making a couple of really bad throws, they probably lose that game. So the battle of the backups this week, I think, could be interesting just to lead into the next couple of segments we have here. Dan, just be offensive. Be as offensive as you want to be, Dan.
We got to get shit figured out.
And there you go, because that will offend somebody.
Like,
but it's perfect.
I go through and I look at this, and it's like both of our blindside tackles are out. Our left guard is out. Our starting center is out. Like, we're putting in backups after backup. And it just hoping to find somebody to buy you a second and a half of protection.
Yep.
It's starting to look like fourth grade football, where I'm going to run the ball, and this is a designed run through, let's say, the 6 hole, off the tight end's heel. But it ends up being a dive play because everybody on the line gets blown up, and that's where the hole is. I would love to get the ball to our weapons, but we continually can't find a way to get the ball to Jefferson, Thielen, Naylor, Mason, Jones, now Akers. How many more weapons do we need to add before we add protection? There's a very familiar saying and term used in video gaming, more so on the RPG side. It's called a glass can. You got a really strong attack, but no protection. And that's kind of what it feels like.
Yeah, I think the game plan's got to change up. I think we've got to do more, like you talk about, more off-tackle running. It's got to be north and south. No stretch plays. They're not working. You can't run a stretch play with this offensive line. It's got to be hit the hole quick and get into the secondary.
Yeah, this isn't Saquon Barkley start 9 yards off the ball.
Nope.
It's get the handoff 4 yards off the ball and get through it quick.
Yep. And in terms of getting JJ the ball, got to do bubble screens type stuff.
Yep.
Quick, then get the snap and get rid of the ball right away.
What surprises me is we haven't done that already, because before Thielen left, that they ran that a lot.
Yep.
Thielen's a really good blocking receiver, and you get him and JJ out on the same side. You find the receiver that's playing back, and you let JJ just deal with him while Thielen blocks the guy playing man.
And if you get a little success with those bubble screens, then you could run some plays off of that where pump fake, send them down the field. There are just things you can do with it. We've got to get Wentz. Wentz is going to have to roll the pocket, I think.
The big thing is we have to find something that will work, that will open up everything else.
Yep.
Because right now we're just being shut down. Like, yeah, we can kind of run the ball and we get, average of 3.5 yards of play, which is really good. So run the ball more until they start pressing more inside the box, and then you can get more stuff on the outside. But none of it's established.
No, and you got to get and like Cora wants Hawk to have a big drag patterns. Run some drags with your tight end. It's got to be all quick passing right now. They can't afford to go downfield right now. Not a lot anyway. There's no time to do so. Yep, you're right, Bob.
Oh, the sprint. Yep.
I want to see a different game plan, because honestly, O'Connell's game plan the first 2 games hasn't been great. And I don't know if it's because he's trying to get to know his quarterback better or what, but the game plan just hasn't been fantastic.
How much of that is the game plan versus McCarthy not executing?
It might be a little bit of both, but if he's not executing the game plan you have, then you've got to learn how to adjust on the fly.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen any of that.
I mean, we did see some of it in the fourth quarter of the first game.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, but I don't know how much we really saw. Well, we did see a lot because they started to run Mason in the fourth quarter, and that's what changed the game up.
Why we went away from it for this game, beyond me.
There was no reason to not run the football in this game. And they didn't. They were throwing on 3rd and short. And I'll give you the spoiled cherry on top of the 80-day-old Sunday here. It's 3rd and 2 with just about 10 minutes to play in the game, and they go deep on 3rd and 2. And I watched it, and they didn't connect. And I thought to myself, well, they're going for it on 4th down. If he's going to throw deep on 3rd and 2, they're going to go for it here. There's only 10 minutes left, and they're down 2 scores. And they punt the ball away. And it didn't make any sense to me at all why they would do that. If you're going to throw deep on 3rd and 2,
you better go for it on 4th.
Because you only have 10 minutes to get 2 scores. And what did the Falcons do? They ran like 6.5 minutes off the clock, and that was it. It was over. And I just didn't understand it.
One of the things that really bugs me is, like, yes, I understand when you get yards, but when it's 3rd and 20 and you throw a dump-off pass, you're not even trying.
And then there's another part. Like, there's small things I watch in these games now. The Vikings had the Falcons on a 3rd and 20, I think in the early first half maybe, and they gave up 17 yards on 3rd and 20. Granted, so now it's 4th down, and they punt. But we just gave up 17 yards of field position in a game where every yard mattered because we weren't moving the ball.
Yep.
So then what happens? The punt pins them deep, and they don't do anything with it. You can't do that. On 3rd and 20, you've got to keep them from getting chunk plays like that. Even if you hold them to a punt, you gave up 17 yards of field position. That's a lot of field position in a game when you're not moving the ball. So there's certain things that I'm watching, and maybe people don't get it, or they don't pay close enough attention, or they don't think it matters. But stuff like that to me always matters. When you give up a 4th and team goes for it on 4th and 2 and they make it, it's like, we could have held them. Yeah, but it was 3rd and 14, and we gave up 12 yards. So it's not the 4th down play for the 2 yards that cost you. It's the 3rd down play for the 12 yards that gave them that chance. You got to pay attention to stuff like that. It was a bad game. It was just a bad game. And we lean in, so that's not exactly the best segue into Cora's segment. But
I'm afraid that all of our segments are going to be so negative.
Give us something on the defense. Give me something.
I have nothing positive.
Okay, well then, today is a therapy session.
Like I said in the beginning, the Vikings have 22 missed tackles in 2 games. This is more than ridiculous. We are 31st in the league behind the Seahawks, and that's not great. This year, we're currently, like I said, 31st. Last year, we ended the year in tackling ranking. Last year, we ended the year in 9th. The year before that was 20th, 4th, 3rd, 26th, 1st, 3rd, right? So we have Ivan Pace, who's at 26%. Eric Wilson's at 23%. Theo Jackson, 18%. Josh Metellus, this one surprised me. He's at 18%. And Hargrave is at 16%. So there is not a lot of shining moments or shining bright, whatever. You know what I mean?
No, nothing.
The caveat is that this is not, what's the word I'm looking for? This is very
uncharacteristic, actually.
Uncharacteristic, thank you, of Flores defense. Last year we were 9th. You don't drop from 9th to 31st because guys just can't tackle. You drop that much because they didn't play much in the preseason.
Like, did Cam Bynum really play that big a role?
I mean, he's killing it in
I
Indianapolis.
know.
Yep.
So, I mean, I think when we get our heavy hitters back, like Harrison Smith and Cashman and Ginkel and stuff like that, they'll be later. But I'm not raising the red flag yet, but it's pink.
Yeah,
There's hope because they were 9th last year.
And I still don't know what's wrong with Harrison Smith.
I want to know what illness is keeping him out for 3 weeks.
They've been very quiet about this illness, and
yeah.
And I'm more concerned about him as a person than I am getting him back on the field at this point.
Yeah,
because illness is keeping you out this long. It's not like even COVID shouldn't have kept him out 2 weeks.
Mono.
I was thinking mono.
Maybe
I honestly thought that, Dan. I thought mono because that will take you down for a while.
Yep. Pneumonia.
Or pneumonia. That's possible too. But nobody's saying anything, and it's nobody's business anyway.
Yeah.
But hopefully he'll come back soon. But when he comes back, when you're out with an illness for this long, now it's like, is he going to be strong? He's going to
get back in shape again.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not going to be in game shape. He's going to need time.
Maybe that's what's been sort of holding him out.
I mean, is he healthy now? And he's on that, like, recovering, getting back in shape.
Maybe. I hope that's what it is.
I think I saw a report somewhere where they said that he was at practice along with Christian Darrisaw.
Well, that'd be great because we definitely need Darrisaw back.
Oh my god!
Every time we get hope, then it's like, but he's not back yet. But he's almost there. But he's not back yet. But he's close. Don't tell me until he's back. I don't want to know he's close or he may be there or he's getting there. Just tell me.
Alec Lewis just left Vikings practice. Andrew Van Ginkel, Jeff Okuda, Christian Darrisaw, and Harrison Smith were all out there. He did not see Ryan Kelly or Justin Schooley.
I wouldn't expect them to be.
So they were all out there.
We'll see. We'll see what happens on Sunday. And you know how teams are. They'll hold this stuff as long as they can before they release, like, is this guy playing or is he out?
Yeah.
Well, do we want something positive?
Yes, please.
Yes.
All right. It's time for something positive.
Yep. Take us back to the good
Valhalla
times.
Back time. All right. We don't have a lot of history against the Bengals. I'm just going to open with that.
We do have a game with Mr. Jake Browning, though.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of, and that's not the game I took.
That's good because we didn't win that one.
Yeah, I didn't pick the Jake Browning game, obviously, because the Vikings have never lost one time in all the years I've been doing Valhalla Back, and that's not going to happen today. September 27, 1992.
No.
Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati. The Vikings would get on the board very fast after Darren Nelson returned the opening kickoff 53 yards to the Bengals 45. 3:15 into the game, Rich Gannon found Terry Allen out of the backfield for 15 yards. Extra point made it 7-0 Vikings. Later in the quarter, on a 1st and goal from the 15, Gannon finds Chris Carter wide open on a slant, 15 yards, and the Vikes go up 14-0. Now, with under 4 minutes left in the half, Terry Allen capped off an 80-yard touchdown drive with a 2-yard TD run, pushing the lead to 21-0. The big play on this drive, a pump fake completion from Gannon to Hassan Jones for 34 yards. Now, shortly after that touchdown, Todd Scott made an interception of a Boomer Esiason pass, put the Vikings on the Bengal 42. The short drive is capped off by a Terry Allen 1-yard touchdown run, his 3rd touchdown of the first half. The Vikings carry a 28-0 lead into the locker room.
Let's go.
And they opened this game as a slight underdog. So 5:35 into the 3rd, Vikings make another interception of a Boomer Esiason pass. Gannon then threads the needle, finds Carter for 30 yards, touchdown, 35-0 Vikings. The route is on. The Bengals would finally get on the board. They block a punt, sets them up on the Viking 14. Derek Fenner gets the Bengals on the board to avoid a shutout, a 1-yard run. 3 seconds into the fourth quarter, it's 35-7. But only 1 minute and 33 seconds later, Gannon finds Hassan Jones from 31 yards out. The Vikings lead goes to 42-7. That would be your final score.
Nice.
Some stats. Rich Gannon, 25 of 32, 318 yards, 4 touchdowns. He was sacked 5 times, but the man played the game with a broken hand. He had a broken bone in his hand. Terry Allen, the Vikings only ran 106 yards on 31 carries. Terry Allen, 40 yards on 11 carries, 2 touchdowns. Receiving, Chris Carter, my man Chris Carter, 11 catches, 124 yards, 2 touchdowns. Allen did have a nice receiving day, 5 for 64 with a touchdown. Hassan Jones had those 2 big catches for 65 yards and a touchdown. On defense, Boomer Esiason, who on this day looked more like a broadcaster than a quarterback, 11 for 21, 97 yards, 4 interceptions thrown before they pulled him out of the game. Of those 4 interceptions, Todd Scott with an INT hat trick. 3 picks by Scott on the day. The Vikings had 5 sacks as a team. Chris Dolman had 2. At the time, the Vikings hadn't had a win by this big a margin in 4 years. It was 4 years. And then, but the real reason I picked this game, it's the only time in the history of this small matchup that the Vikings have back-to-back wins against the Bengals.
Oh.
They have never beaten the Bengals twice in a row except for this second. Again, not a lot of history with Cincinnati, so I really had to dig deep to find something, but that's what I got for this week's Valhalla Back.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah, do you notice the last 2 games were blowout picks, by the way, in our Valhalla Back games? No close ones.
That's all right.
Which are kind of more fun to do, honestly. They're more fun to watch the highlights of a close game when you know you won it.
Right.
But like I found the good thing about this day and age is you can usually find some kind of highlights from almost any game. And especially if it's from like the 90s on. Sometimes it's hard to dig back in. Like 2 weeks ago, 1968, I actually found almost 2 minutes worth of footage to watch, but that's about it.
Dang.
So it gets harder to find the footage when the games are over. But anyway, that's Valhalla Back.
Valhalla.
I like it.
Let's do our score predictions. Let's do our score predictions. We all predicted the Vikings would win last week in a shootout, and that didn't happen at all.
Nope.
What do we got this week? Cora, give me a
28-24.
28-24.
Winning?
Vikings?
Yeah. I think I was considering going higher because I feel like it might just be like a shootout. Like I think as much as I dislike Carson Wentz, I think it's going to be one of those weird games where like the backup quarter, like Dobbs, like comes in, just like blows everyone out of the water because they're not prepared for it. They're not expecting it. You know, they've had enough practice to like just get the plays that he's really good at instead of like get plays that are complex or anything. And I think it's going to be one of those weird games where it's going to be high scoring. And that's why I almost picked higher scores, but I didn't want to go too atrocious, but I just feel like they will.
Josh Dobbs.
It'll be a fun game to watch if you're a football observer, not if you're cheering for either team.
The Josh Dobbs game was one of my favorite games of the season.
Yeah.
When he just came out there, he was like drawing plays in the sand. He didn't even know his teammates at the time, and this guy's just out there running around playing like backyard school.
I mean,
they like borrow the football. Look, you're gonna do this.
Yeah.
You're gonna do that.
You're the bottle cap.
Explaining what the play is doing in his earpiece up until the moment of the snap.
Yeah, it was just amazing.
About 10 seconds before.
Yeah, it was amazing. Dan, what do you got for a score?
Well, I don't think Wentz is a rocket scientist, so I'm thinking we lose this one 12-17.
I'm not
Wait,
even
what,
gonna
was
argue
your,
with
what
that.
was your final?
12-17.
You never give the losing score first, Dan,
Why?
because you don't. That's not what you do.
Well, I just did.
It's against the protocol of score picking. So you got the
No.
Vikings in a weird 17.
I always give the Vikings first.
Okay, all right. Well, that's the way you do it. Dan,
I don't know.
you-
I was raised whenever you're giving the score of someone, if you know they're a fan of a certain team, you give that team score first.
yeah, I've always heard you give the winning score first.
Oh,
It's always the winning score first.
you might be right.
I always pick the Vikings to win, so their score is
You
always
did work
first.
longer in scorekeeping,
Yeah, I did.
so you're more qualified.
Okay, sure, we'll go with that. But Dan, you march to the beat of your own drum. I mean, so we appreciate that about you.
That's true. That's true. I do.
You're a nonconformist, so we like that. I am also picking a weird score. We are going to see, I think we will see 4 field goals out of Will the Thrill. And somehow we will put the ball in the end zone once. And somehow the Vikings will win this game 19-17. At home.
Okay.
In the battle of the backup quarterbacks.
Wait,
So
we get like
The battle of the backups in the bank.
we won't put it in the end zone. 4 field goals. So how else do they score?
no, I said we'll get a touchdown.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I
We'll
misheard
find
that.
a way to put the ball in the end zone one time.
Mine was just 4 field goals. I don't
Yeah.
think we get the end zone.
Dan doesn't think we're gonna sniff the end zone, and I'd say this is a week when we score one more.
We actually make it.
They cross the goal line. There will be a picture hanging on the wall. Have you seen this goal line? If so, please contact
Right.
Kevin
Basically-
O'Connell. Please contact KOC and let him know you found it. Guess what we have time for this week?
Nostradamus!
Nostradamus, the question is finally back. We have time this week because we don't tend to talk as much when we lose. You know that? You notice that?
Yeah, I just was thinking that.
We just
I
kind
was
of
like,
want to
you
move
know
on.
what? I wonder why we have time. And it's like, because we lost.
We don't have a lot of good to talk about, so we just kind of
Yep.
move it along. All right. Who wants to go first with the question?
Ladies first.
Cora, go ahead.
This is going to be very on point and on theme for how I feel. What are your old, what's the word? Not like old wives' tales, but like
Home remedies.
home remedies for getting over a cold?
Okay, I'm going to give you one that my father used. I never used this.
Okay.
Just for the record. Grand Marnier. He would sit and just drink Grand Marnier, and his cold would go away.
You might have to go get some.
Probably because it helped him sleep, because the bottle just sat by his recliner the whole time with his little shot glass. So shots of Grand Marnier are how a dad would get rid of a cold.
Okay.
What do you guys got?
Chicken noodle. Chicken noodle soup. Like chunky chicken noodle soup. Lots of onions, lots of garlic.
Homemade is even better, though.
Yes. It's the only way to make it.
I make garlic honey. So I steam some garlic cloves.
Steam. Roast.
No, steam.
Steam it?
Steam them. And then you put it in a jar and you put honey over top of it and you let it sit. And then we put it in the fridge. But then you take like 1 or 2 cloves.
This is Teddy.
This is Teddy.
He's visiting.
1 or
He's
2
a good
cloves a
doctor.
night. Or I also swear by Zicam, but you have to get to it before you're sick. Can't do it when you're sick.
Preventative.
Onion honey,
Okay.
which you just cut up onion raw, don't cook it, put it in a jar, put honey on it, and it honestly takes away the bite and takes away the ickiness of it and tastes like honey. It has to like sit for like, what was it?
2 days.
2 days.
When I was a kid, we went to Canada for our class trip, and I went with like, I didn't feel sick, but I had a head cold to where I couldn't breathe. So that one night they had a dinner scheduled for us, and I got this broth, and it wasn't really a clear broth. I don't know if it was a beef broth or not, with mushrooms chopped up in it, and I hate mushrooms, can't stand them. I couldn't smell, I couldn't taste anything. I ate this bowl of broth. My sinuses opened right up, and I was good for the rest of the trip. I don't know what was in it, but whatever it was, that I never saw anything work so fast in my life.
Broth.
So we're gonna go.
There's some sort of Italian soup that I've been seeing. No, it's like Italian penicillin.
Italian penicillin?
Yes. Where you take like
Penicillin's a mushroom.
No, it's penicillin.
Penicillin's a mushroom.
No, it's not.
John.
Dan, it's not. No.
Penicillin is like an antibiotic.
It's made from, I think, yeast, but it's not a mushroom.
Get out of here. But it's supposed to be like broth, and you do like your chicken broth with an onion and carrots and celery, and then you cook it down, and then you put it in the blender, put it back in, and then you cook this special. I don't know. Oh my gosh, the special noodles. It's not orzo, but they're like super small. And then you put fresh grated Parmesan cheese over top, and it's supposed to be like help you rid of anything.
Oh, wait. I know what you're talking about. D makes it.
Does it work?
I don't know, but everybody eats it.
It's fair.
It's well liked around here, and I can't remember. Of course, now the name is escaping me of what it's called, and I'm sure it'll come to me later. Dan, what's your question? As we just quickly segue to it. Pastina, by the way, is the name of it.
Pastina, yes.
Pastina. It just came to me. See, I knew if I stopped and just relaxed, I'd get it. So, Dan, what is your question?
I'm forgetting what it was.
Doggone it, Dan.
I know.
You can take it, John.
Go, John.
You're breaking down like our offensive line, Dan.
It's a big surprise.
Maybe he's getting my sickness and is getting brain fog.
I'm so offended.
All right, because we're getting into my favorite flavor season of the year, and no, it is not pumpkin spice. Blech. What is your favorite apple flavored item? It doesn't, and it can have apple in it, but your favorite thing made or flavored with apple.
Okay, so a couple years ago, I made this apple cake, and it's just my mom works at an apple orchard, and so she brings us apples, just like a ton. Apple cider is so good, and it's literally just like 6 cups, maybe not quite that much, I don't remember, but it's like an atrocious amount of cut up apples and like sugar and a little flour, and you cook it and bake it. Oh my God. There's like cinnamon, nutmeg, clove, like all those wonderful seasonings. And it's like a cake, but really it's just like apples and sugar.
That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
So good.
I'll
have to text it to you.
Yeah, that sounds good. What do you got, Dan?
Am I allowed to choose apple pie?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I said your favorite apple pie.
Yeah.
I didn't say aside from apple pie. It's included.
But like, not like a traditional apple pie. Like a creamy one, like almost like a cheesecake one, but with like apple chunks in it. Like it's an apple pie, but it has a cream base.
What about like a Dutch apple pie with that crumbly stuff on top?
Yeah, but I like the cream on the inside.
It's got to have the cream on the inside.
Yeah.
You know, it would be really good to get a cheesecake recipe, the salted caramel cheesecake recipe with apple pieces on top.
That would be good.
That would be good.
That would be delicious.
What if you could swirl it with like an
Apple
cider
reduction.
No, like an apple cider, like caramel drizzle.
That would be the ultimate.
I think I know what we're
fall
doing this
snack.
week.
I actually
that's
Like
a
the
good choice.
Snickers
Okay.
salad, Bob, or like a whole bunch of
No,
different
Like
apples.
no, like a whole bunch of fruit, like fruit salad, but like apple in it.
I make caramel apple popcorn.
Mandarin.
Mm.
Oh yeah, popcorn.
I make a caramel apple popcorn. I've worked on the recipe. I think I finally got it.
Nice.
Yeah,
Apple.
took
Screw
a while.
pumpkin. Apple's the real king of the
It is.
fall.
It is. Pumpkin just has a better publicist. Apple's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can throw apples easier.
True. Well, my favorite thing, and I love all things Apple, but this is something my mom makes, and she hasn't made it in a while because mom's like in her 80s now and she needs to slow down. But apple squares. It's like little mini pie. She makes it in a big, like a casserole pan type thing. And I can't even describe the top of it, but it gets this little bubbly, crusty top on it. And it's like a handheld apple pie. You just cut the pieces and eat it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of apple pie, but they're squares, so you can eat it with your hands and not need a fork. And when she made those things, and I found out she was making them, I was at her house knocking on the door right away.
Yum.
They are that good. But I love all things Apple.
I will say, I do love a really good apple crisp
Caramel apple.
Yeah.
with vanilla ice cream.
Yeah. Had that in Disney World, and the ice cream wasn't vanilla, it was cinnamon ice cream.
Cinnamon. Yes.
And it was fantastic.
Oh my God. I love apples.
And Dan, you said caramel apples?
Yes.
Do you like the traditional candy apple with the hard red candy on the outside?
No, I want apple slices with a jar of caramel, and I'm gonna dip it in.
Do you crush peanuts so you can dip that too, and then you get the peanut apple caramel combo? So you just want caramel and apple.
Yes.
You don't want like chocolate caramel and apple either.
No.
You're basic, Dan.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with being basic. I just wanted to verify that that's all you need.
There was a fundraiser for like the Humane Society in Sioux City where we used to live, and it would be like, I don't know, like $10 apples, but they would dunk it into caramel, and then they dunk it into chocolate, and then they'd like, put stuff on the outside like nuts or white chocolate, or just leave it. And you couldn't bite into them. You literally had to slice them and eat them. Oh my God, they were so good.
A couple years ago, Dee and I made our own apples like that. So we did the caramel and then the chocolate, and we rolled them in peanuts. And one of them we made was a caramel chocolate bacon apple.
Ooh, bacon would be interesting.
We took bacon bits and rolled the chocolate caramel apple in bacon bits. And let me tell you, those were bomb. They were fantastic.
That's amazing. Thanks, Q.
Q's the man. We have to do that again. That was a lot of fun to make the apples. And they're not hard to do. You just need to take the time.
It's a like a low-key, kind of weird, but really good. A Honeycrisp apple with like a sharp cheddar cheese.
I hear about this cheddar cheese on apples thing.
It's good.
I've never tried it.
Otherwise, you could do a Honeycrisp apple with the Biscoff spread.
Oh yeah.
Now that's my kind of thing. Because Honeycrisp
is Biscoff peanut butter.
Apple. Honeycrisp is my favorite apple of all apples.
It was invented in Minnesota.
So then you have the best Honeycrisp apples in the world. You should.
We do.
Anyway.
Well, and so Honeycrisp, the guy who invented Honeycrisp, they had a patent on it, and the patent for the actual apple seeds is gone, but there's a license on the name Honeycrisp. So in Minnesota, there's a ton of apple variants that use the Honeycrisp, but they can't call it the Honeycrisp because otherwise they'd have to pay
patent fee, the trademark fee.
They get royalty based off the name.
I would make multiple batches of popcorn for Honeycrisp apples.
Oh my gosh. My mom, so the apple orchard my mom works at during the fall, they had this new variant of apple, and it's not as soft. So it doesn't bruise as easily as a Honeycrisp, but it's just as sweet and just as crunchy. Oh my God, it's so good.
I would pay for those too. I would send you popcorn for those too.
Okay.
If you tell me the variant, I would love to know. If you find out what it's called.
Starts with a Z. Zestar, maybe?
Never heard of those. They sound amazing.
Soda thing.
If it doesn't bruise as easy as a Honeycrisp and it tastes the same, I would really like it.
Okay.
That's like, I'm an apple person. I love them.
I'll figure out how to ship some. My mom literally just brings bags every time she comes over.
Oh, that's awesome.
I know. The first year she did it, we got too many apples. So it was like apple crisp, apple pie, that apple cake thing, apple muffins, apple cupcakes. Here, take an apple. Here.
I think we tried apple fritters.
We tried apple fritters.
How'd they go? Were they good?
Terrible.
No.
Oh, no, those were the good ones. What was
the terrible ones were in South Dakota.
You're right.
I like a good apple fritter. We have a place out here that makes them as big as your head, stuffed with apple pie filling.
I love apple fritters.
It's called Paula's Donuts, and they make a fritter. Let me tell you, it's big. Like you could
fit donuts we were talking about last year.
Yeah, I think we talked about Paula's before.
They have all different kinds of creations of donuts.
Yeah, and they're big. They're huge. It takes 2 boxes to put a dozen donuts in. But they're fritters. It's apple pie filling, so you're getting all that gooey goodness in the middle of the fritter.
Yes. I might have to have an apple before bed.
I don't have any currently because I don't like the store-bought stuff as much because it's got the waxy cover. I need an orchard apple. Those are the apples I love. Fresh from the orchard.
Orchard has some that we can go pick.
My mom brings them when she comes from her orchard.
Yeah, but the kids like to go pick them.
I know.
Okay, so my question.
All right, he's got one.
It's another food question.
Love it.
So we recently went to a St. Paul Saints game, and I got this thing. So it prompted this thought of this question.
I'm excited.
What is your favorite thing to get when you go to a stadium game? Baseball, football, like you're going to a sporting event in a stadium. What's the food you're most looking forward to getting?
Are you talking like a traditional thing, or are you want to like what's the most outrageous thing?
No, just what you're like, this is something I'll remember eating, and I can only get it at the stadium.
Oh, you can only get it at the stadium? All right, see, now you changed it. Now you changed it. Because I can get...
Oh, it did? Well, something you can only get at the stadium.
Because I can get chicken tenders anywhere, and I'll eat chicken tenders at any game I go to. But I can get those anywhere.
Well, I guess it could be like chicken tenders, but it was like they made it a specific way or had sauces or dipping or thing. There was something special about it.
Yep.
So Scranton Wilkes-Barre, home of the AAA Yankees franchise. Go Yankees. I know. Go Braves. I'm a Braves fan, but I worked for the Yankees for 10 years. So they had chicken tenders, right? They had all different ones. My favorite one, though, the sticky tie ones.
Sticky tie?
Sticky tie chicken tenders. You would think buffalo, and the buffalo were fine. Sticky tie blew the buffalo tenders away.
Okay.
They were fantastic. But if you want to go with something crazy that I would get like once a year, but they don't make it anymore, it was the bacon cheeseburger on 2 glazed donuts.
Oh.
I would get it once a year because you can't eat those more than once a year. They are not good for you. in any way, shape, or form. But let me tell you, a bacon cheeseburger, and I thought they was like a donut cut in half. No, 2 full glazed donuts.
That's insane.
Nice.
The taste was better than you could ever imagine. It just
I like it.
What do you got, Cora? What's your favorite ballpark food?
So the Twins Stadium has really good chicken tenders. This wasn't my answer, but they have really good ones. Like they're lightly breaded, but still crunchy and flavorful. They're really good. But my favorite thing to get at any baseball game are mini donuts, and they just don't taste the same anywhere else. And they're different vendors from the Twins and the Saints, but they just don't taste as good when you're not watching baseball.
Are they warm?
Yes.
Like
and they are
little mini donuts, and they're covered in
in
powdered sugar and cinnamon.
Yeah. Like you get done eating the donuts, and you can like pick it up with your fingers and like sprinkle it in.
They're so good.
Smoky Bones makes those. You can get them there with a couple of different dips. So that sounds delicious.
Nice.
They're just not as good anywhere else.
No, some things aren't.
Yeah.
What's your food, Dan? What's your go-to?
So
let's preface this with it took us four different games to go to the Saints game
over the course of 2 years
for them to finally have this.
Yeah. So at the Saints Stadium, and they run out before the second inning. Oftentimes they're out in the middle of the first inning just because everybody wants it. Everybody goes and gets it. It is a 10-inch bratwurst with jalapeno bacon or bacon wrapped, jalapeno and cheese inside the brat on this massive bun. And you can get like the fajitas veggies, like grilled onions and peppers all on it. Oh, it's as good as it sounds. It is.
It lived
really
the
good.
height of a 2-year wait.
Yeah.
It really does sound awesome. It's got everything I like on it.
Yeah.
Bacon wrapped had us sold.
Yeah, bacon wrapped. Anything wrapped. Yeah, of course, bacon wrapped.
I couldn't finish it.
So we took it home and I finished it later.
Dan got 2.
Yes.
He finished 1 at the ballpark, and then I was like, we're not going to throw this away. And he goes, no. So we brought it home, and he ate it.
Now that you mentioned the Rail Riders, again, the Scranton team, they had a smoker. One season, they brought in a smoker. And, like, you know how ballpark prices can get out of hand? Yeah. This was the best deal at the park. You could get a smoked brisket barbecue sandwich with homemade potato chips.
Ooh.
For $9.
What?
I know.
No way.
At that time, it was $9. And let me tell you, I was going over to that smokehouse when I worked. That was my supper. I didn't want anything else. Even the tenders, nope. I went to the smokehouse. I said, give me a brisket sandwich. And those chips, homemade chips, were awesome.
They're heartier, but they're still crispy and crunchy.
Yep. Oh. And they were still warm. They were just amazing. And because they knew me, they'd give me extra chips.
Nice. Oh, nice. Good people.
Yeah. So ballpark food can be really good.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, this is good. Good talk. Good talk. This picked up my spirits tonight.
Yes.
We just have to talk about food.
We hadn't talked about food all season.
I know. We haven't had enough time.
Because we've been decent. Well, we had a preview and then we won a game but with a comeback. And so when we lose, we'll have much more time to talk about.
If we win next week, we have to talk about food. Or if we win Sunday, we have to talk about food next week.
Yeah, because that will be our that as we need to talk about food. It's kind of a good luck shot.
Yes.
Yep. That means we have to start applying time limits on our segments again.
Yeah, we went over an hour. We were well under an hour, and I think we just talked about 20 minutes on our questions of the week. So.
Shocker.
Listen, if people show up for this show and they hear that it's Nostradamus question night, They just know that it's going to be a long segment. Regulars know. The regulars know this is a long segment. It's the longest segment ever. But it's an important segment to us. It's what makes us different from other Vikings podcasts.
Because we love our food.
We do.
I mean, it's almost like we should call it something else because it usually does involve food.
Around Halloween, we switch it up.
Yeah, we get other questions in there.
Christmas traditions.
We do, but normally one of us has a food question.
Typically me.
I don't think we've ever had a segment, and I'd have to go back and watch, but I don't think we've ever done a Nostradamus where one of us did not ask a food
I think we had one because I vaguely remember you saying we can't have a food question this week.
Oh, maybe. Maybe we did.
I think I ended up taking a pass because all I could think about was food.
That's possible. We may have done that. Because even when we had the kids on last year, I think there was a food segment. There was a food question from one of us.
Oh, what was your favorite Halloween candy?
Yeah, we see there was. I know we had the kids on. That was you knew there was going to be food involved with them. All right, time to wrap this thing up. Lead us out, lady and gent. We'll see you guys next week, hopefully after a win. But if not, it'll be a segment of therapy. Give us a chant.
Skull.
Skull. Skull. Skull. Skull. Skull. Skull. Skull.